Welcome back. In previous video, I used pivot table tool to create singular tabulation. Just keeping one variable intact. In this video, I'm going to prepare a crosstab. Again, the same data set which I have. So one thing I just want to discuss is what happens if you keep your cursor outside pivot table. Look, if I'm keeping my cursor not pivot table, in fact, if I keep my cursor outside my data set. So right now my cursor is outside my data set. And if I invoke pivot table by using keyboard shortcut Alt and V, then you see it is not taking any range here. I have to manually give it the range. I have to select gender and education, and then I have to select this whole thing, the whole table, which I want to do the pivot table. On the other hand, if I keep my cursor within the table and I then invoke my pivot table Alt and V, then it saves me certain steps. I don't have to select the whole table, it is already been selected, and software is all about saving the time. Now, so I'm putting my cursor in, using my keyboard shortcut Alt and V to invoke the pivot table, and I'm going to dump my pivot table on existing worksheet, and I'm going to pick up a location for here, again D2, and I say OK. So a similar kind of panes appear, which were appearing in my previous video. So let's say I want to map gender with respect to education. So I hold gender and drag it to rows, and I hold education and drop it to columns. Since my whole data set is same, there are all in total 100 respondents. So I'm going to select any of them, it hardly matters, gender or education, and drop it to values. And it immediately gives me this nice and wonderful crosstab. Let me just centralize the values right from here. So I can use my keyboard shortcut Control E also. And I'm making the columns a little fit type so it looks good. So, and I'm going to go, because in rows I have gender and in columns I have education. So I rename them, and you cannot remove this name, the count of gender. You can only rename it, but you cannot remove it. So this gives me a total outlay of the whole data set. You can see there is count of gender with respect to education. There are 15 females who doesn't have PG education or UG education. Their education is others, while there are 9 males which have other education, 17 are postgraduates and 26 are undergraduates, and there are a total 52 males and 48 females there in the data set. These are their column totals and these are their row totals. Again, as I said earlier, there are ready-made filters available with the table. You can select education. Let's say I don't want other in my data set, and you can click OK. So other is gone, vanished. You can bring it back. So same way you can select your row labels, whatever you want. So, and these tables are pastable. You can select this whole table, you can paste it on a Word file, you can paste it on a PowerPoint just by using Control C and Control V function right there. So this is about the crosstab of pivot tables. Next video I'll be covering count if S2.